What's going on, fam? I'm loading up. Tuned in a second early so I can invite some folks out. So y'all don't mind me. I'm just trying to do my thing. My desk is a little junky. Who got over there on the live Instagram? Matt, how you doing, fam? Uh-oh. It's really acting up. Come on, man. I'll load up. Hold on. Give me a second, y'all. He acting a little interesting over here. Let me finish loading up, inviting some people out. Wow, that's pretty interesting. Got a lot to talk about, fam. I had a blacknificent weekend. You know, I was at the Black College Expo hanging out with all of our young people that's planning on attending a university. I know y'all thinking, oh, he pro college. What was you doing there? Well, they created a special place just for me. I'm so happy they did it. I'm thankful. You know, it appears that in 2017, when I came out and spoke on that panel, it completely changed the game on there. And when I've been traveling around the country, it's a complete game changer. When I come in, the entrepreneurship guy comes in talking about entrepreneurship and completely, you know, takes the panel discussions in a whole different direction. And, you know, and we start to realize what smart really looks like. You know, smart is not about having a good job and hey, I make 90,000 a year or something. Smart is about, hey, I started some businesses. I'm able to come back to the community and help out everybody, including the convicted felons, the people who will never get a job. So therefore, you know, just knowing how the data looks and giving our young people the right information. So I don't go to those things to challenge people. I'm sure somebody thought I challenged people, you know, because of that panel discussion. There was a lot of hurt feelings that day, you know, different panel discussions, you know, but I don't attend panel discussions to get turned up and go in there and have challenges against people. I go to these panel discussions to go in there and talk to people to get them the right information. It's not my fault if people are on those panels there to deceive people or they're misrepresenting themselves, talking about some stuff that ain't entirely true. People are trying to feed their families. People are trying to, you know, keep a roof over their head. So for us to be sitting around, you know, bragging about our cars and bragging about our, like rappers talk about their cars and all the money they got and don't talk about home ownership, you know, it goes the same thing with college students. You can't come in here bragging about your degree, but yet you're not talking to us about how much, you know, are you able to purchase a home? You're not talking about us that you're still in debt and you can't purchase a home. So, you know, there's certain things that people come out to these type of places to find out direction. What do I do with my young people? Is it a good idea for me to drop them in the 4-year university? Or are they going to find a job in 4 years? Because you got parents that are out of work and having financial difficulties and asking themselves that, should I pull out this loan on my home? Parents are asking themselves, should they pull out a loan on a home to put their children through college? Parents are asking themselves, should they continue to sacrifice and go without so that they can afford to, you know, pay for this tuition for their young people, or pay for, you know, even the young people who got free housing. I'm sorry, even the young people who got a full ride, they still have to pay for housing. And that can be $800 to $1,200 a month, depending on where they are. But anyway, so when I go out, I let them know. I said, I'm not there to challenge anyone. I'm there to get the people the truth. So someone asked me why was I there and what was going on, and I told them, I said, I'm here to tell these young people, about the mistakes I made so that they won't make those same mistakes, and they will be able to do a lot better than I did. And that people and the parents in the room, like, that's why we're here, because we wanted to hear that. We didn't come here to hear people boasting and bragging about how good they got it and they got this degree, they got that degree. Well, it sounds good, but the parents in the room are struggling. A lot of parents are making serious decisions, and they're trying to determine, should they make that extra sacrifice to put their young people off into the world? Should they send their child on the other side of the country so that they can go get a degree? Well, the goal in sending a child off to go get a degree is that they were told that they get a better job if their children go to a university. Now, people are misrepresenting the people and the children by being in there talking about something that ain't gonna help them out. But anyway, that's not what we're here. It's kind of lightweight what we're gonna talk about. But what I want to talk about is the major game changer in the universe right now, and going on in America, with Walmart deciding that, hey, they're going to turn around in a desperate move to make money, to continue and to make money and keep that legacy going. They got to come out their pocket more and pay these truck drivers, which are the most important tool in running that billion-dollar franchise they have. So anyway, we're going to talk about that, but let me give thanks to all the people who's on here. I see Studio in the house, Matt in the house on Instagram. Over here on Facebook, on one of the pages, we got Kim, we got Radiant, we got Trini. What we say that? Yep, Trini. We got Daryl. What's up, fam? Loretta, how you doing? Angela, how you doing? Appreciate y'all tuning in. We got Robin. We got Feisty. We got Philip. Okay, that's on that Instagram, that Facebook. Then over here, we got Ricardo in the house. We got Cheryl in the house. Layla in the house. Mr. Perry in the house. Jamal. Master, what's up, Lowrider? Elkie, how you doing? I see you out there doing your thing. Lois or Lewis. Wills Smith, what's up, brother? I'm going to have to jump off. Replay. Okay. Sound is perfect. It's clear. R. Chris, what's happening? Will Smith, he like, get down to that 90K. Let's talk about that. I got you, Will Smith. He said, let's talk about that 90,000, y'all. That's a major game change. What's up, fam? Got Mustafa online. So anyway, I want to talk about Nathaniel. What's up, brother? We want to talk about these things. As a family, y'all, we supposed to get on board, and we supposed to educate the young people. You know what I'm saying? I always tell people, I come back to the community and speak about my mistakes, and you know what I'm saying, we fought to make we fought so that you won't have to. You know what I'm saying? I fought gang banging and working hard to try to stop gang banging so that you won't have to. So that you won't have to go through that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So now it's about what other things are creating problems in our communities. You know what I'm saying? What other type of things are happening in our communities that we have to deal with? Okay, well, families going broke behind trying to get a better life for their children. Tania, how you doing? So let's talk about that. Where's the money at? What's working? So when people started having loan problems with those mortgages back in the days, I had a lot of people reaching out to me because they knew I knew a lot about real estate, and that opened the door for me to later on write a book about it. You know what I'm saying? So I can't charge you knowing you losing your home. I can't try to come up off you and you over here struggling. And I knew they put these bad products out, but the point was, I was telling people don't take those loans in the first place, long time ago. Do not touch them loans. But it's hard to convince someone when things are easy. They were giving those bad loans out and it was easy money. Everybody was getting them. Everybody was buying these big old dream homes. I'm like, you shouldn't even be on your dream home when you skipped your regular home, your first time starter home. How do you jump into a dream home? I'm like, you got a bigger house than me back in those days. I'm like, my house ain't even that big and you jumping out with a 5,000 square foot house. I'm like, that makes no sense. Renee, how you doing, sis? You know, that makes no sense. So we have to discuss these things on a national level. So I come out and I start talking about things, and then I'll be like the lone soldier out there, like, teacher, the only one saying don't take the bad loans, you know? And all these other people, they wasn't gonna tell you not to take them. Vincent, how you doing, fam? Because they were getting them. They saw an opportunity to get a big giant house, or they saw an opportunity to get a house, and they knew that these loans were bad, so they did it anyway. But fast forward the story, even back then, I was the bad guy. I was like telling people, don't take them bad loans. It ain't worth it. You're going to lose your house in the end. Well, it's hard telling the person who always wanted to have a home, you know what I'm saying, that don't do it. You know, 2 years ago, you didn't qualify to purchase a home. Now, all of a sudden, they put out a bad loan product. Now you can afford to buy a house bigger than the one you dreamed about buying. You thought about buying a house in Compton, but because they got this 1% interest only loan, you know what I'm saying, and it's going to be 1% for 3 years, and then it's going to jump up to 28%, and you're going to lose your home. You know, your mortgage is going to go from $1,000 a month to $5,000 a month, and you signed a contract to do that? Veronique, how you doing? So anyway, y'all, we got to talk about these products. We got to talk about what's going on in the community. So something else I want to talk about, I want people to really pay close attention. And please share this video for me if you can. I appreciate it. If you care, please share. Why do I say that? Because a lot of people don't get the good information when it's said. So before we nosedive into things in the world and make these major decisions for our families or children, especially, we need to know a little bit more about them, get a second opinion. You know what I'm saying? You can go to church and pray over it if that's what you want to do. But the reality is, I'm going to ask some other people who done been there and let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm one of those people that people like to ask. So anyway, let's dive into it. So I appreciate you, Layla. A lot of people, so yeah, I appreciate y'all can share again. Layla just shared it too. Also, tell me where y'all at. You know, what city and state y'all in? What country you in? Type it on the screen. YouTube, where you at? You know what I'm saying? I'm just now getting on YouTube, so I'm late, you know, like I was with a lot of other technology because I was slow to deal with it and put something more extra on my plate to do. But now I then finally did it because people kept asking me when am I going to go on YouTube? But anyway, now I'm here. If you can please care, if you care, please share this video to your groups, to your friends. So anyway, what's the topic today? We're going to talk about Walmart paying a groundbreaking amount of money at almost $90,000 a year to truck drivers. Family, did y'all hear what I just said? Truck drivers. Mr. Smith, you a truck driver, good brother. Tell us what, help a brother out. How long is truck driver school? So type that in for me if you get a hot second, good brother. Or anybody, how much is truck driver? How long does it take to go to truck driving school, and how much is it, if anybody knows? You know what I'm saying? That's what I like about my Facebook pages. We got a lot of oh, that's not fair. Somebody sent me a text and said something. You know what I'm saying? Everybody try to take a little below the belt every now and then and hit me back, and like, you know, it's all good. Sometimes when you growing, you get a lot of, you miss out on a few things and people get a little offended. Uh-oh. $4,000. How long is it? How many weeks is it? Loretta Barnes, I appreciate you in Los Angeles. Sabir, how you doing? Sabir Bay in the house, family. How long is truck driving school? Uh-oh. YouTube, where y'all at? Talk to me. Let's see where y'all at on YouTube. So anyway, what am I talking about? Walmart made a historical moment in history. 3 weeks. Mustafa, thanks, family. A 3-week course to learn how to drive a truck, y'all. So Walmart made a historical power move, y'all. A power move in the entrepreneurship world. And they decided they're going to double the pay of a truck driver, paying upwards of $90,000. Okay, now I got people on here that's going to probably want to call me out and say he ain't politically correct, because Walmart is only paying $87,500 if you read the article. But just like the article did, they rounded it off. I appreciate that, Tania. You know what I'm saying? Sis Amira, how you doing? So, what we got over here? Denton, Texas in the house, family. So anyway, I had read the article, and as an entrepreneur, I said to myself, that is a major power move, y'all. If you're not a business owner and you don't really follow business, you don't know what's really, really going on. You don't know what these articles read. What does this stuff really mean? A lot of this stuff don't affect us. A lot of stuff don't affect regular people. They think it don't. So I'm the guy that's sitting here that I'm going to break it down to y'all and explain to y'all what's really going on with this Walmart power move in the force, I call it. And what does it mean that Walmart is willing to pay $87,500? Well, let's talk about it. Okay. First of all, there's a shortage of truck drivers. If y'all didn't know that, there's a shortage. Trucks. Let me see. I had to take a couple of notes here for my people that like when I'm politically correct, want me to say it exactly the way it was written. So, hey, no problem, my smart people. I'm a smart cat. I know that. Let me go ahead and write it down for you. Tristan, how you doing, family? I appreciate y'all tuning in. So Walmart paid, okay, let me rewind. 2/3 of the country's freight. Y'all hear what I'm saying? 2/3 of the country's freight is moved by trucks. Truck drivers move 2/3 of the country's freight. Kevin, what's up, my family? Bugsy, what's going on, fam? If y'all can share this video, I appreciate it. So 2/3 of the freight in the country is moved by trucks, meaning all these truck drivers, all these stores, Walmart, Sam's Club, Costco, Sears, Lowe's, Home Depots. I mean, y'all know the name of the stores. If you're on the East Coast and you got other stores, different stores, y'all got Publix. If you're in Atlanta, I saw that they had stores called Publix. And then when I was in DC, I saw other stores. But fast forward the story, diesels, 18-wheelers, truck drivers bring all of these products to these stores in these towns all over America. They don't have trains going into the middle of big cities. They have trucks bringing them there. So, for example, there is a long shortage because colleges have been promoting so bad, misrepresenting themselves, telling people you will fail if you don't have a degree. You will not get a job if you don't have a degree. So that fell hand in hand with what I heard again this weekend. I mean, this Saturday at the expo, the college expo, they had a lot of universities in there telling people if you don't have a degree, you're going to fail in life because most people require that you have a degree, which is absolutely not true. And I was happy that I was already doing this show. And I told people to tune in for my show because I'm talking about that. Dante, how you doing, fam? Renee, what's going on with you? How you doing? Oh, the YouTube page is also Thomas T.J. Lofton. YouTube, tell me where you at. Where you at on YouTube? What city and state or what country you from? I got a lot of people telling me about it, so I'm just trying to see how far the YouTube reach is. So anyway, what's going on is the colleges have really been pushing super hard on promoting to get people to believe that if you don't have a degree, you will fail in life. So parents are still steering away from truck driving schools, from trading school, what is it called? Trade schools and things like that. All of these welders, all of these auto mechanics. Nobody wants to be anything that does not have a title to it, a degree to it. If you can't put the word doctor in front of it, Linda, how you doing? If you can't put the word doctor in front of it, nobody really wants to be that. No, everybody's goal, because society has brainwashed us and said, you better have a degree or ain't nobody's going to respect you if you don't have the word doctor in front of your name. So guess what? The other businesses, they got tired of that because over the years, the numbers of people who wanted a trade or wanted to drive trucks have gone down. So the people who would drive trucks would normally be like convicted felons, people who got out of prison, or people who just did not want to go to college, which actually makes up 80% of high school students graduating from high school do not want to go to college. Only 20% of high school students go to college, family. Look up the research, look up the data. So that pushed the numbers down to where now they're trying to go after those jobs. They're pushing more people to want a regular job. Now you have people who I'm sorry, they're pushing more people to want a degree. Now you have a large amount of people who don't uh, want to drive cross country in a diesel. So that makes it even harder to find people willing to drive diesels now. People don't want to be going away from their family for, a week or 3 weeks at a time. So, that makes it hard for truck driving companies. So keep in mind, again, 2/3 of the country's freight is moved by big trucks, 18 wheelers. If nobody wants to drive those trucks, those businesses are not going to get that products that we love to buy. Everybody loves Walmart is the #1 store. Everybody loves to go to Walmart and get stuff cheaper. And here's the thing: Walmart's business is picking up, just like all the dollar stores and all the Dollar General is growing super rapidly. If you look at my Facebook page, you'll see that I show where they're growing their brand. You know what I'm saying? Because what's happening is because of people who are not working and the high prices of living, and landlords are raising the price of rent on people. Now people are forced to not live those bigger lifestyles, so they have to make cutbacks. So now you'll see Walmart is selling a lot of food. Dollar General is starting to sell food more. A lot of dollar stores, the $1.99 stores got a whole lot of food in there that they're selling. So fast forward the story. Now there's really a pull for truck drivers. So the truck drivers, Asia Clay, I appreciate you. The truck drivers wreak havoc. Exactly. Truck drivers have definitely, most truck drivers do not want to drive coast to coast. So what it is, you got a lot of people, adults, they already have children, husbands, wives, the whole nine, 3, 4 children, 2, 3, 1 or 2, 3 children. Nobody wants to go and be away from their family. So it's making it pretty hard to do that. So that made it hard for them to find people that's willing to drive trucks. So now with this major power move, Walmart says we're going to pay more than the people who graduate from a 4-year university will make. No college, 99% of college students that graduate from a 4-year university, even the ones that come home with a doctorate that has the word doctor in front of their name, do not start off at $87,500. Do y'all hear what I just said, family? So that is called a major power play. Now Walmart is competing with the universities, saying, I'm willing to pay you more money than what the universities will guarantee you with the jobs that the universities are paying, that you can get with the university degree, 4-year degree. Let me get my language right. So because of that, that's fixing to change everything, family. Now you're going to have, okay, Walmart is Sam's Club. So Walmart and Sam's Club has 4,700 stores around America. I already said we got a shortage in drivers. So the annual fee that they're willing to pay as of February 2019 is $87,500. But guess what, family? Truck drivers' median price that they used to pay until February, if everybody goes to Walmart, is $44,500. So what's going to happen with this major power play? You got a lot of people who need a job. People who are homeless, they need a job. You got a lot of, let me see. Okay, well, let me rewind back to my notes. Last year, Walmart hired 900 truck drivers, family. And then they realized that was not enough because there's still more and more people are starting to buy cheaper food because they're having a lot of problems. So this year, they said they want to hire 1,400 more truck drivers to deliver to their 4,700 stores, their Walmarts and their Sam Clubs around the country. Lisa, how you doing, family? So now what is going on? Because of that right there, family, when Walmart decided they're going to pay truck drivers $87,500 a year to drive a truck, now you're going to have people, other stores, the Costco's, the Dollar Generals, the 99-cent stores, the every other store that has a truck delivering food or delivering freight is going to be forced to raise their prices. Felicia, how you doing, family? If y'all can please share this video with y'all groups, I appreciate it. With y'all pages, I appreciate it, because people need to understand this, what I'm talking about. So this is a historical move, family, and I really want y'all to pay close attention to it, because what's going to happen first is you have a lot of stores around the country that are paying $44,000, $500 for their truck drivers starting rate. That's the median amount they're paying these truck drivers around the country. Now they're all going to want to jump the fence and go work at Walmart. Watching from Georgia. I appreciate you, Felicia. Mr. O'Shar in the house. What's up, brother? So you're going to have Walmart have a lot of other people's employees that drive trucks from around the country. They're going to start quitting and going to go work for Walmart. Oh, see, I was pushing the wrong button. I didn't even see that. Recheck in the house. I didn't see you. Veronique in the house. Shared. I appreciate you calling from Los Angeles. See, learning this technology, y'all. So anyway, getting back to it. Now you're gonna have have a lot of truck drivers, a lot of Kmart's and Sears and Costco's and Dollar Generals and Publix and all of those grocery stores all around America, all of those clothing stores, any and everybody who has a truck that pulls up with freight in the back of it that supplies them will be looking for. They're all having truck driver problems right now. Brand, how you doing? Appreciate you for signing in. If y'all can share the video, I appreciate it. So now they're all having problems already. So now Walmart pulls a major power play and says, hey, Walmart Sam's Club pulls a major power play and say, hey, we're willing to pay you $87,000, $500 to start driving trucks for us. So now you're gonna have truck drivers that work for FedEx, UPS, USPS. All these people are finna start jumping the fence, quitting their jobs, and gonna go to the post office. I'm sorry, gonna go to Walmart to drive trucks for Walmart. Everybody's gonna go after these 1,400 positions that Walmart just opened up in February. So now that's going to force other trucking companies to turn around and say, you know what, we're willing to we're going to increase your bonus. No, we're going to give you a bigger bonus every year. We're going to give you better insurance. We're going to give you dental now. We're going to give you, hey, you can bring your wife and add her to the insurance policy. We're going to give you vacations. They have to do something so that they won't lose their truck drivers. Mr. Staves, how you doing, family? So they're going to have to do something because they don't want to lose their truck drivers. But 90,000 is 90,000, family. So what's going to happen now? Everybody's going to get in position and start raising their rate of pay straight across the board, paying people 87,000, 90,000. Somebody's going to step in and round it off at 90,000. So let's talk about that. How can Walmart pay people $90,000 to come over there and drive an 18-wheeler for them? Well, Walmart's already the cheapest food, people, and stuff and things store in the game, pretty much, that you can go in and buy something from. So now, instead of them selling something for $1.48, it might be $1.95 now. You see what I'm saying? Instead of you being able to go in there and buy a pack of rice for $2.10, it may cost you $2.60, which is still cheap. So they're going to recover that money back. And you know what I'm saying? That's just plain and simple. Expect to pay a little more. We're going to pay for that out of our pocket. We're going to pay for these truckers to pay this 1,400 more truck drivers. Now, keep in mind, last year they hired 900 truck drivers. That was just Walmart by itself. What about the other trucking companies? How many people did they hire? So fast forward the story. Now that all of these people are going to go to get jobs at Walmart, it's opening up the other doors for other trucking companies and other FedExes, UPSs, USPSs, Publix, grocery stores, all of these different people all around the country, for them to pay truck drivers more money. So now it's going to hit the radar with the four-year colleges, because when you look at what companies pay around the country, when people come in, they're saying, hey, you want a job, you want a good job, you have to have a degree. And you have to pay $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 to get that degree, so that when you come out of school, hopefully, capital H, hopefully you will find a good job, family. That's what the universities are telling you. Well, guess what? People are struggling, having problems, and they're being forced to pull equity out of their homes to go pay that 100,000, that 200,000. Even the ones whose students, even the ones whose young people got a full ride, the full ride does not always cover the apartment, the place, the living cost. The living cost may be another $800 or $900 to $1,200 a month that the parent has to pay out of their pocket. So fast forward the story, parents are looking at, do they want to make that sacrifice for the next 4 years, paying another $900 to $1,200 a month for my child to hopefully find a job? Hopefully. Now, Walmart is saying, hey, if you got a truck driver's license, we will hire you. All over the country, that's what it's been. All the good truck drivers that's got the history are going to go to Walmart because they're going to say, hey, we got experience. So the rest of the companies are going to start hiring the new truck drivers that just started yesterday. So now, since truck drivers are making $87,500 and up, the average person with a degree is not making $87,000 starting. They're making between $40,000 to $60,000. Over 70% of college students that graduate with a 4-year degree make between $40,000 to $60,000 in pay. Now, all of a sudden, when you go up to a smaller percent, now you got some make from $61,000 to $90,000. Now, if you really want to get down to your doctors, your engineers, your scientists, which I'm not saying we don't need any of these because we need all of those. Tahita, how you doing, family? What we got on here? Brand, what you got? What we talking about? What about the previous truck drivers? Will their pay increase? No union, no pay increase. The previous truck drivers who got the history that's been in the game are going to jump the fence and go to Walmart. So the truck driving companies, in an effort to keep their employees, they're going to be forced to pay that money. Toya, how you doing, family? If y'all can share this video, I appreciate it. The truck drivers if y'all got any questions, please type them in for me. I'll try to get to you as soon as I can. If you got a job right now and you're making $44,000, you need to start a conversation with your company or amongst your drivers or your union and tell your union, hey, we all thinking about going over to Walmart because I've been on the job for 20 years driving diesels and y'all only paying me $55,000 or $62,000. So, I'm going to Walmart if y'all can't match that pay. And then they're going to be forced. They're going to be forced to match that pay. That's why I say it is a major play when the biggest freight company in the country, which is Walmart, decides we're going to pay our people $87,500. That's going to force everybody else to do it. I'm referring to Walmart's drivers who are working so far. Bay Jones. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So they even have a referral program, like she said. If you turn around, Brent, like he said, if you turn around and refer drivers to them, they're gonna give you some money. What universities are saying stuff like that? What universities are saying that if you refer us some employees that got these credentials, we'll give them a job? None. They ain't walking into these high school, these college campuses anymore, hiring straight off. Okay, y'all got this degree, y'all hired. They ain't doing that no more. You know what I'm saying? So fast forward the story. This is a major game changer, family, straight across the board. Stephen, how you doing, fam? Steven, I'm sorry. This is a major game changer across the board. They're going to stuff like this does not happen historically. Every blue moon, we get to see stuff like this. How do I know how it works? When I came up with the company called Compton Wire Wheels, there was not enough people willing to do the job, for example. There was not enough people that was willing to turn wrenches and help me put my wire wheels together for all these lowriders back in the days. So I had to go steal employees. Y'all hear what I just said? I had to go to people who already had jobs doing that and say, what's he paying you? And they would say, he's paying me $1,200 a month. I say, I give you $1,500 and I give you $500 right now if you come over there first thing in the morning. Hey, they was walking off the job because they needed that job. Current Walmart workers, current workers are making starting off, the median truck driver's rate is $44,500. That's what they're starting off at. Now they've doubled it because Walmart's saying, hey, we making more money. we can't afford to lose money, so we willing to pay. We're going to just bump the prices up, and we're going to bring in everybody else's truck driver. Just like back in the days, if I wanted to have some employees that's going to help me start my business and get this thing off the ground, I had to pay them. You want good employees, pay them. So I turn around, I start paying $1,500 a month because the industry standard for these people was $1,200 a month. They was getting $300 a week to come in there and turn wrenches on these wheels. I was like, anybody you bring to me, I'm willing to give it $1,500 a month. Let me know. So fast forward story. That's why I can recognize it. So when I did that move, it forced everybody else to follow through because their employees was jumping the fence and coming to work for TJ back in those days. So this is why I can recognize this and call it out when I see it. It's deeper than what y'all think it is. So getting back to it, what's really going on? Now it's going to force the hand of these universities. Parents are going to say, Pat, how you doing, family? It's going to, you parents, just like when I was at that event yesterday, we were in the back of the room. Parents was talking, hey, you know, I'm thinking about, he ain't got no children. She ain't got no children. You know how many lady truck drivers they got? It was like, whoa, this conversation is getting real good. Y'all need to watch my show coming up on Monday at 6. I'm going to talk about it. Everybody, a lot of people at that university was talking about it. I mean, at that meeting, the College Expo was talking about that, you know, in the back room. We was all out in that hallway. They blocked me off and, hey, what do you think about Walmart? What do you think? I was like, I'm already on it. I'm having a show tomorrow, Monday morning, Monday evening, I'll be having a show talking about it. So what is my point? The parents are thinking about it. Do I pay this $200,000 to get my son or my daughter a doctorate so that they can go hopefully find a better job? Or do I pay the $4,000 like Mustafa said to get my son or my daughter a truck driver's license? They ain't got no children. They don't own no home. They can afford, they can be on the road for 2 or 3 weeks and they ain't got to worry about nobody at home being mad at them. They ain't got a wife cheating on them or none of that. They can go ahead and make that money right now, and they will be able to have enough money that they can afford to buy a home. Kathy, how you doing, family? So a lot of families are thinking about that. You know what, Junior? I'm not pulling no money out of my house. I just thought I'm not going to do it, Junior. Sally, how you doing, family? I'm not pulling no money out the house so you can go get your truck driver's license. But what I will do is I'm going to put that $4,000 up. Hold on, family. This plug slipping. This phone slipping. I'm going to pay $4,000 instead. And we're going to turn around and put you on the road, get you a truck driver's license in 3 weeks. You ain't got to go to school for 4 years. You're going to get you a truck driver's license in 3 weeks, and you're going to be on the road right now. So you ain't going to college. You 18 years old. You old enough, so we finna put you in truck driving school, and you finna get out there and get some of this $87,500. And I'm sure in a couple of years you'll be pulling down about 92, 100, possibly. So now that's going to make, this is a historical move that's going to make college not so appealing. Y'all hear what I just said? That's embarrassing. You got a 4-year university degree. Your name got the word doctor in front of you, but yet that truck driver over there delivering toilet paper make more money than you. Y'all hear what I just said? Y'all hear what I just said? You a doctor, and he's a truck driver who delivered toilet paper, and he make more money than you, straight out the door. He didn't have to go to college, and he making more money. He's going to buy a house before you. He's making more money before you. He can start a family before you, and his family's going to do very well, straight up. He's not going to be buried in student loans. $4,000, he didn't pay that off in his first month. He didn't gave his dad that $4,000 back. You hear what I'm saying? So, major game changer. This is great knowledge. Thank you, Renee. I appreciate it. Major game changer, family. So, where we got this eagle, just like I was in Saturday, I was in that College Expo, and I was sitting there listening to the people talking about universities, how we smarter, how we this and how we that. And we, Martin Luther King he graduated from this university, and name somebody that was smarter than him. And I'm sitting there and I had to ask the person, I said, what's your definition of smart? But anyway, I'm gonna talk about this tomorrow on the show. We're gonna talk about my time at the expos, the college expos, the clear division between the educated and the not so educated, the people with the degrees and the not the degrees. So this is a major game changer. Pat, I see you. This is a major game changer, family, and it's going to affect everything clear across the board. So what are these universities going to do? Let's talk about that. What are the universities' options when the parents stop turning around paying all this money, $200,000 to get a degree, knowing that I can put my baby in a truck driving school for $4,000 and turn around and get them a job at Walmart or any of these other companies that's going to have to compete with Walmart. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else that's got local drivers saying, hey, we pay you $60,000 a year to drive local, you know, they may have to raise their money too, because somebody else may say, well, I'm going to pay you $75 to drive local. You don't have to go across country. Somebody may say, you know what, 75 is more than I could get. My sister's a doctor and she don't make 75,000. You know what I'm saying? The people thinking about this kind of stuff because I'm a father, I'm a parent, and I'm thinking about what would I do? That's how I look at things. I think about what would I do as a father? Would I do this? Would I want to put myself in debt? I don't have $200,000-$300,000 sitting around that I can just say, here, university, you know, teach my baby some stuff, and I'm gonna pray. We're gonna go to church and pray that she find a job when she come home in 4 years. And we're not even going to talk about home ownership because we know for a fact that she won't be able to find a home. No, we're not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Y'all see what I'm saying? So I think about what I would do in life situations. So you should think about, what are you thinking about? Quit worrying about what people think about you. Quit worrying about if somebody can't look at your doctor and say, your daughter and say, or your son and say, oh, well, he don't have the word doctor in front of his name, so he's not going to have no respect. Well, I don't respect anybody who got $200,000 or $300,000 in student loans and don't own a home and walking around with their chest sticking out like they're better than everybody else. I don't respect that. I don't respect that. That ain't smart to me. Somebody who may be making less than that, what you got over here, and don't have student loans, I respect that. I work at a university and I agree 100%. My daughter went to the university, I worked there, and now has $60,000 worth of debt and not a job to support it. I wish I had made a different move. Y'all hear what Pat just said, family? You know, again, y'all, this is not about attacking college. This is not about attacking degrees. This is not about trying to say who's smart and who's dumb. It's about us making smarter decisions. That's what this is about. Chris, how you doing, family? That's what this discussion is about. We have to talk about the real facts, the topics, you know, and that's what I like about having this platform, because we can have a general conversation that affects us all. You know, like I said, I've been around America working on my book and working on my documentary to find out what's going on. Why is there so many homeless Black people living over here up under the freeway not far from my house? Why is there so many Black people on Skid Row with doctorates, with master's degrees? JB in the house, my OG in the house. You know, why is it so many people homeless? We don't have family. We got functional homeless. Y'all heard me say this before. Back in the days when I first started seeing homeless people, when I was a kid and we see homeless people, we'd be like, that's Mr. Jones. He's on crack. He done messed up his life. He had a wife and some children over there. Now Mr. Jones is on crack, and you already know why he living up under the freeway, because he didn't effed up and messed up his good family, and now he got his wife and children over there struggling because they ain't got that income that he had coming in. He decided to do drugs. At least do a trade first. Don't jump in too deep. Exactly. So now when you see homeless people, it was either crack or it was alcohol. But you knew why the person was on drugs, why the person was homeless. Jonathan, how you doing, family? Again, if y'all can share this video, I appreciate it. You knew why they were homeless. But now you go to downtown LA, you got people living on the sidewalks in tents, and they get up every morning. They get their family, their husband, the wife, and their 2 children living in a tent. and then they go down to the 24-hour fitness, family, and take a shower and get dressed and go to work. Now, how is that even possible? Because they don't make enough money. They make $40,000 and $50,000 a year, but that ain't enough money to buy a house. That ain't enough money to pay a rent. These landlords all over the country. Tamika, how you doing, family? These landlords all over the country are raising the rent on people, saying, Google is moving in next door, so we no longer want to take this $1,500 a month from you. We want $5,000 a month. So we want everybody out. Never about attacking education or college. It's about the knowledge on our path to wealth, inclusion, financial literacy, and stability. That part right there, Tania, that's what it's about right there. We having a family discussion of what makes sense. What makes sense, family? You going into debt to have the word doctor in front of your name, that ain't smart. That ain't honorable. That's money that your family could have used. You know what I'm saying? So I look at me, you know what I'm saying? I started a business and ended up making over 6 and 7 figures a year off of a $5,000 investment, y'all, that I did not have to come up with all at one time. That's entrepreneurship. But yet you put people pulling out, sister just say $60,000 to go get an education in 1 year. That's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Or $60,000 for 4 years is still more money. Do you know what a business owner could do with $60,000? Do y'all have any idea? I'm sure most people don't, because they've never owned a business. But let me come in as an almost 30-year seasoned veteran, the guy that pioneered the lowriding industry and helped to push it to a multi-billion-dollar industry that now you seeing cars in rap videos, movies, TV shows, commercials. They writing books about lowriding on a major platform. I helped to create that industry, so I know what business looks like. And you tell me you spent $60,000 on getting your baby a degree? I'm thinking in my mind, you stupid as fuck. But my homeboy told me, my brother told me, he said, TJ, common sense is not that common. People can only do what they know. If they don't know, you can't criticize them. So I had to back up on calling people stupid and saying they're making stupid investments. So my apologies to y'all if I says that you're stupid. What I realized is that I can't get mad at you for something you did not know. So now I got to blame it on myself. Lynetta, how you doing, family? I have to blame it on myself because I know business. I know how much it costs to start a successful business. I know how much business owners make. I done seen a lot. So therefore, I need to go out on the road and start spreading the joy of entrepreneurship. And that's exactly what I've been doing. Then I had to turn around and write a book about, building Black ownership. That's my job now. I made it my point, my life's work, not my life's work, but I made it my point to go out and try to help people. You know what I'm saying? And it's not really the way I want to. People ain't receiving it the way I want it. My book is selling really good, but it's not flying off the shelves the way I would think it should. You see what I'm saying? I got a lot of people buying the book, but I'm thinking I should be selling 1 million books a month with all the people that's going to these universities. So I'm thinking ThomasTJLofton.com, by the way. The name on the top of the book, ThomasTJLofton.com, or $31 to your door, or you can cash at me, $, Thomas TJ Lofton, and then I'll send the book to you for $31 to your door. Make sure you put your address there too. What type of CDL is needed? Mustafa, brother, you still on board? Oh, California driver's license. You need a commercial license. My bad. Commercial driver's license. That's what that is. I believe that's a commercial driver's license. Other than that, Mustafa, what type of CDL do they need? Exactly. We don't know. This isn't taught in schools. Exactly. Thank you, Thomas, for your book. Should it be in school bookstore? Thank you, Thomas, for your book. Should be in schools and bookstores. Thank you so much, Renee. I appreciate that. I work hard on this book, family. Let me tell y'all, I'm about to start running some commercials with this because I didn't write this book. Class A. You need a Class A license, my brother just said. Steve Hicks, how you doing, fam? Let me tell y'all, I wrote this book because I was traveling around the country and I started seeing the high prices of real estate. And I know I used to own a mortgage company, and I know that if you're buying if a house is $500,000, you have to make $100,000 to purchase a $500,000 house. In the neighborhood I live in, which is, not, it's a great neighborhood. These houses are starting off at 750, something in that neighborhood. And I realized that if this house is at 750, the houses in Compton is going to be 600. And then by the time my neighborhood goes to $1 million, the houses in Compton going to be 750. You see what I'm saying? So straight across the board, my house go to 1.5 million at where I live. It's going to go, Compton going to be $1 million. So I wrote about it in the book. So I wrote solutions in this book. I put all these solutions in there because I saw on a national level, college students, nobody is immune to gentrification. They don't even talk about it on big platform. When I started talking about gentrification Saturday in that college expo, their whole mindset changed and said, yeah, he's right. We need to talk about that. That's a problem. Rising rents across the board, across the nation is going through the roof, and people are not talking about it because they're embarrassed. How are you going to be walking around with the word doctor in front of you, your name, talking about I graduated from Howard University, and yet you homeless? You're bragging talking about you got the best education in the game of universities because you went to Morehouse or Howard or Southern University, and you are AKA, you a Delta, you whatever it is, you got your letter jacket, but yet you don't own a home and you got to move every other year because the landlord keeps raising the rent because he's like, hey, we got Google, we got Yahoo, we got Snapchat, we got all of these people moving into the community. So you don't make enough, Mr. College student. I want all of these other folks who make this much money and up. Everett, how you doing, family? So who we got? Udita, how you doing? Jay, how you doing? Ifa, how you doing? If I pronounce your name wrong, please don't get offended. So we have to talk about this, family. So now you're going to be in a situation where you're going to say, well, I got my doctorate. My son got his master's. Now here it comes time for my younger son to get his university to get his degree. Well, we all got our degree, so we want him to get one too. The question is, do it make sense? Because you already got 2 or 3, you still paying on your student loans, your wife still paying on her student loans, and collectively y'all trying to help your child pay off their student loans. Now you about to need another $200,000 for junior? Y'all hear what I just said? Now you already in your household got $1 million in student loans collectively. And now you're going to have to pull out some equity out of your house to go put down some money. So Junior, your latest son, to get a degree. Brandon, how you doing, family? Latiera, how you doing? That don't make sense, family. It don't make sense. So is it going to honor? Is it like, oh, well, we all got ours, so it's important that my younger son get his so he can have one too. Is that what it's going to be? Or is it going to be what makes sense? Are you going to be bold enough to say in front of your successful friends that got their degrees, well, all my family got our degrees, but Junior, we didn't want to pull the money out of the house and go into debt and get Junior his doctorate, his license, his degree, because we didn't want him to move out of state to find a job, and we wasn't sure if he was going to find a job. Tanisha, how you doing? So what's happening here? You're going to be faced with stuff like that. You got to just tell people, well, you know what? Junior is not going out like we did. Junior going to be the only one that don't have no student loans, and Junior is going to be able to start working today. He ain't got to wait 4 years. He about to go get his $4,000 truck license in 3 weeks, his truck driver's license in 3 weeks, and he's about to start driving around the country, moving Walmart freight or whoever else freight that decided to put up that kind of bread that's willing to pay these truck drivers that kind of money. But again, I am watching these colleges like a hawk. I am watching these corporations like a hawk. I'm like the hawk or the eagle sitting up on top of the telephone pole just looking. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Because I know what's going to happen. Everybody's going to have to adapt. They can't convince the biggest retailer on the planet, Walmart, hey, you can't pay people no 87,000. That ain't right. That ain't right. You can't do that. You can't do that. That ain't finna happen. Walmart, like, screw y'all. Y'all ain't finna mess my money up. It is fixing to be straight up embarrassing to know that Junior make more money than his two brothers and sisters that got their doctorate over here. Junior started off at 87,000, and he ain't been to college. He been to school for 3 weeks. He paid off. He debt free. Now he didn't purchase the home after his first month of driving trucks. Y'all hear what I just said? He done decided to purchase a home. Now all his children is in truck driving school, hypothetically speaking, and everybody's got a good job and got money coming in. Now we're going to flip the game up, family. Let's really flip this game and talk about it. Now, to me, truck driving looks appealing now. Now it's time for us to turn around and pull our entrepreneurial side to the game and say, okay, they paying $90,000 for truck drivers. It's time for us to go buy some trucks now. Y'all hear what I just said? It's time for us to go buy some trucks, invest in that truck driving game, and turn around. But what I really see is it's also about to open the door for electric trucks too. I think Walmart realized instead of us going out buying all these brand new electric trucks and having to do the maintenance, these autonomous trucks that drive themselves and having to do the maintenance on them, it'll be easier or cheaper or more affordable to just pay people the money that's gonna make them get up every morning and go to work. Give them $90,000. That's enough to turn their heads. Give them $90,000. That's enough to make them say, you know what? I ain't going to college. I'm gonna go ahead and get my truck driver's license. That's what that's what they're doing. So it's opening the door for entrepreneurship too. If I come in and go buy 10 or 15 big rigs and get my brothers to drive them again or something like that, and then I can approach Walmart and get a contract. Hey, I got 15 rigs ready to go. Or I can approach another company and say, I see all your drivers quit and went and worked at Walmart. So I got 15 cats over here ready to go. You know what I'm saying? So we got to think about stuff like that. I just heard about this last week. You're going to hear a lot more about it too. Watch. If you don't, it's going to be because somebody, the university, done told the media, I need y'all to kill that. I heard Walmart spending big money on advertising trying to get these truck drivers on board, y'all. That's why, and Walmart is smart. They know that the media will kill that and won't play it. So what Walmart's doing is they saying they doing referrals. Now they're going to put that on us. They got me like, ooh, y'all want to drive a truck? Y'all want to drive a truck? I'm going to get some money. Tell them I sent you. Speaking truth, an article was released about colleges putting more emphasis on the trade and universities are declining. Ooh, we have to pay attention to industry trends. We're experiencing pivot. Absolutely right. We're truth article release, but we're experiencing trade and rolling university are declining. We pay attention to industry trends. We're experiencing a pivotal change in our economy now. Wow, this is huge. Yes, it is. Kanisha, why didn't you tell me? Teresa, how you doing? What we got over here? Skip, how you doing, fam? Oh, you bring that Skip. Raise the bar of our understanding. Yeah, so we got to talk about that, family. Teresa, how you doing, family? We have to talk about it. We have to talk about this, y'all. This is a major game changer because, one, again, I was posed with a person that walked into the College Expo Saturday, and as I walked into the room, someone said, college students are the smartest people. Martin Luther King went to this college. These people are the smartest people. And I just put my head down and said, why are you in here lying to these people? 90% of college students, 90% of smart Black people went to a HBCU. That's exactly what the dude said. And I just put my head down. I was like, he said, HBCU students are the smartest people. Oh, wow. Instagram didn't say we're going to take a break. I wish I'd have seen that coming. If you're on Instagram, I'm rebooting it. Come on back. Let's do a break real quick, a water break and pay some bills. So again, pay little bills real quick. I wrote about this stuff, y'all, in my book. This book is manifesting. I've seen this stuff coming. I'm a chess player, so I knew what was going to happen. So I wrote about it in my book, talking about it, Building Black Ownership, Monetizing Gentrification by Thomas T.J. Lofton. I talked about this in the book, family. All of this stuff is starting to manifest. Now you got, okay, the book is $31 to your door. You catch me at an event, it's $25 across the table. If you at Simply Wholesome in Los Angeles, California, you get it from Simply Wholesome. If you in Los Angeles, you also can get it from Malik's Bookstore at the Baldwin Hill Crenshaw Mall. If you in Long Beach, California, you can get it at Shades of Africa. If you in Carson, California, you can get the book at Juicy Juice, the smoothie place that sells raw, fresh juices. If you in Atlanta on the East Coast, you can go to Axum Cultures on Abernathy next door to Simply Wholesome. Or if you're in Lithonia, Georgia, which is called Stonecrest, Georgia, you can go to the Stonecrest Mall and get it at the Book Boutique. Or you can go to the Shrine of the Black Madonna in Atlanta. And if you want to have the book in your store, please reach out to me, family, because it's way ahead of its game. Don't sleep on this. I put my picture on the front because I want you to know a Black man wrote this book and is keeping it real with you. It's called Monetizing Gentrification, meaning how do you make money off of all this gentrification that's going on? Can we make some money off of all this money that's being made? All these major corporations moving? Yes, I break it down to you and talk about what you can do. And I said, building Black ownership. That ain't talking about gentrification. That's talking about how you can create Black ownership. That's what I'm talking about, fam. This is written for us. ThomasTJLofton.com. Teresa Jackson, did you email me the information on how I can get the book? Go to my website, ThomasTJLofton.com. Hi, he's talking about a 3-week course paying at $90,000 a year. Yeah, exactly. 3 weeks of learning, of education, and you're making 90,000, 80. We got to be politically correct for my smart people. They like me to be politically correct. Okay, no problem. $87,000, 500. That's what the article reads. Rounded off at 90,000. Y'all hear what I just said? It's $87,500. Rounded off at 90,000 is what Walmart is willing to pay for truck drivers. So that's going to bring the rest of the companies up. King Eddie in the house. I know you're going to talk about this on your show, good brother. That's going to bring the rest of the companies to where, hey, when you pitching something to a university, you better come correct. What we got over here? I do move. CL, 90,000 exactly. I work for Union Pacific Railroad. I make $65 a year. Uh-oh, what happened? $65,000 a year, 8 days on and 7 days off. Wow. But I'm trying to do something different. I have a Class A CDL and also have a diploma in diesel technology. You sound like you need to be a business owner fixing those big rigs. From a trade school. Family, the trade schools is by far the best. Tanja, how you doing? The trade schools, see, you got a lot of information, brother. Now, here's the thing. When you have a trade schools are for business owners to be. Y'all hear what I just said? Trade schools are for business owners. Universities are for employees. Y'all hear what I just said? Don't get offended. Don't get offended. As a business owner, as a business owner, that's what I know. I know that for a fact. I would hire people for my business that came from trade tech because I welded. And all my people that used to work for me went off to start businesses. All the that had trades, all the people who were in the front office that was up there answering phones and helping me with my business money-wise stuff, they all went back to work for someone else. Y'all hear what I just said? Now, I'm not trying to offend nobody. I'm just telling y'all the real. So we have to pay attention to that, family. I'm a seasoned business owner. I am one of the first people to go out and travel around America and internationally speaking on entrepreneurship. You know why? Because I am the only speaker that's on the speaking road talking about entrepreneurship that's actually ran $1 million business. Y'all hear what I just said? There is nobody else out there that ran a business as long as I did, that's speaking, that can speak this game to you and tell y'all exactly what's going on and bringing the game to you. Well, Nona, how you doing? So this is why I'm out here talking about it, and this is why we are having such an amazing conversation, because people need to know this stuff. It ain't about me trying to be bigger and better than nobody. It is definitely not about me trying to put you down because you went to college. Family, we can only do what we know, and if 99% of your friends is telling you, yeah, you need to put them in the university just like I did, and then you need to ask them why. You need to ask them plain and simple, do you still have student loans? Veronica, how you doing, family? I'm going to stay in school as long as I can because I don't have to pay my student loans back until they graduate. Now, if you stay in school, keep taking classes, you ain't never got to pay them back. But here's the thing. If you keep staying in school and keep taking classes, you're going to keep racking up higher and higher college debt. And here's another thing. If you ever owned a home, if you own a home, they're going to come after you and take your equity. They're going to take your house. Them student loans, them are some gangsters. They have attached the marshal's office to colleges to go out and collect them student loans. See, these are things I talk about in my presentations, y'all. In fact, February 10th, which is next Sunday, I will be in Gardena, California. I forgot to tell y'all this. I will be in Gardena, California, February 10th, giving a monetizing gentrification presentation, breaking down what's going on all around America. And I won't just be talking about the truck game. I will be showing you the presentation and stuff that's going on around America that greatly affects you of how to make money, what's going on and how you can make money. It is only $25. You can go to my Facebook page. You can go to my Eventbrite page, or you can go to my website, ThomasTJLofton.com, or Eventbrite at Thomas TJ Lofton. Or you can go to my Facebook page at Thomas TJ Lofton, and you can find that event on February 10th. I'll be out there giving a 2-hour, rounded off at 2-hour presentation in another family discussion like this. But I'm going to be showing you things, not just talking about it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say, I need to see some data. I need to see this. And I need to say, okay, cool. That's where you're going to get it at. Come on to this presentation. But most importantly, I'm going to give you some solutions, family, because we should not be talking about the problem without offering some solutions. Y'all hear what I just said? I'm going to repeat myself. We should not be talking about the problem without offering solutions for the problem. I'm tired of people talking about the problem without offering a solution. And going to a university is, people struggling, having financial difficulty. Now you're going to go rack up some more debt. It's like I was telling somebody the other day. I said, you was having a problem with making money. You needed a job. So you went and started driving Lyft. Okay, well, that was great. But now you went and bought a car from Lyft, and now you're paying $800 a month for that car. I said, so where you started off trying to make some money to live, now you're making some money to pay your car note. That'll make no sense to me, family. So I had to tell the young person, Lyft work out good for people who already got a car. But if you don't, anyway, I ain't going to touch on that too much. I'm going to leave that alone because there's far too many people driving Lyft. And I talk about that in my presentation. But anyway, family, I wrote that book, Monetizing Gentrification, to help us. I give these presentations all around the nation. I done gave presentations overseas via Skype because people know the information is good and it's forward thinking, it's thinking ahead. It's like playing chess. You got to think 10 moves ahead if you want to win a game. You got to know what moves to make. You got to have strategies. And if you ain't got all the information on the table, you ain't going to have no good strategy on how you making moves. If you got to go out and get some money to turn around and put your child through a university, and the whole goal of putting the children through a university is that you want them to make money so that they can get the HELL out your house. And you can have some me time with your wife or your husband. You want some of these children to be gone. Renee, Steve, how you doing, family? You want these young people to be gone. So you're going to put them somewhere where they can make a good living and not be up under you, always asking you for money. You know, it's a powerful situation when I hear that people say, oh, my daughter's doing good. She bought me that big old 80-inch on the wall, or my son bought me this house. That's what parents want. That's what I want. I want my daughter to come home and say, Dad, you know what? I just rented out all my houses, and then I made some money on all these apartment buildings I built or something like that. So I decided I'm gonna build you a brand new home over here up on top of the hill by the water where you always dreamed about being at. I'm about to start driving, so I can't watch it right now. Hope you will still be live when I make it home. How long will you be on? You know what, Queen? I'm supposed to be off right now. Let me see what time it is. I started at 6, so I'm gonna have to go on and wind it down now. But you can go ahead and watch the rest of it. So I'm gonna get off right after this. But again, I appreciate y'all if y'all support me, because all I do, family, is travel around the country and find out what's going on, what's greatly affecting us as a people, and turn around and solve it, offer solutions. Now, of course, I got people mad at this. When you coming out with the truth, you're gonna piss somebody off, because the truth is always going to affect somebody's pockets. Y'all hear what I just said? The truth is always going to affect somebody's pocket. So when I start telling people that this is hurting us and we don't need to go there, and these things are helping us, and this is what we need to do, then you immediately, it's a battle. Well, that don't have no degree. Well, how do I know? I was watching TV and flipping houses is not a good deal. I said, you're right. We're supposed to be sitting and holding. You know, people immediately get mad. Well, I got my degree and my son got his. My husband, my daughter, they all got a degree. So why are you telling people don't? It ain't about having a piece of paper on the wall. It's about how are you financially? Are you a homeowner? Do you have any money saved in accounts? How is your credit? How are you financially? I don't want to hear about no degree. I want to hear, do you own a home? Because if you don't own a home, it's a strong possibility that your landlord may tell you, you know, I'm thinking about selling this apartment building. I'm thinking about selling this house that you've been in for the last 10 years, and you're going to have to move. So, of course, we was sitting in that event yesterday, and I heard so many people talking about my landlord sold. They didn't move 5 times in the last decade. You know, oh, I live in Inglewood. They didn't double my rent and all of that. It's crazy. We talking about suing them, and we signing petitions, and we do. I'm like, we wouldn't even have these problems if people own their house. Okay, stay safe, and thanks for sharing. I appreciate you. Did you get your book, Teresa? ThomasTJLofton.com. Everybody get this book. Support me, because I'm out here supporting us, making sure that we're doing good. We need these books in our barbershops. We need these books in our schools. Don't just buy one, buy a bunch of them, family, and then take my training classes. I got presentations coming up February 10th. Please take that training class. All that stuff is on my website. My book is on my website, family. I appreciate y'all. If you can't do anything, please just share this video for me. That's all I ask for y'all. You know, if you feel like, oh, okay, well, I don't really need the book or whatever, make a donation so I can go to these nonprofits and talk to these young people coming home from prison or getting in trouble or whatever, or just having problems because, you know what I'm saying, I'll be at the homeless shelters. I'll be at the places where all these horrific things is happening to our young people, and I'll be wanting to give them a book. Stability all the time. I appreciate it. I just want to give them a book so that they can read it and kind of know what success looks like instead of watching it on TV and thinking that they got to go do something crazy. Oh, I want to be a rapper or something like that. You ain't got to be a rapper. You can start right now at 5 years old and start learning how to do trades and become a billionaire by the time you're 18 if you turn around and follow this blueprint right here. You know, so like I told people in the meeting the other day, I said, you know, someone asked me, said, teacher, why are you here? I said, you know, I'm here because in my life, I made a lot of mistakes. And now I don't want to see other people make the mistakes like I did. So I'm here to tell you guys what worked for me and what didn't work for me, where I went wrong and where I did real great at. You know, so they asked me, well, okay, well, where did you go wrong? They thought they was finna clown. I said, nobody told me what a trademark, a patent, a prenup. Nobody told me what that stuff meant. I said, you know why they didn't tell me? Because they never thought I would ever patent anything. They never thought I would ever touch any real money. So there was no need to tell me about no prenup. There was no need to tell me about how to protect my ideas because they never thought that somebody would want to come and buy my idea or still have something that they never thought that I would have something worth stealing. Y'all hear what I just said? They never thought that a young black man would ever come up with something worth stealing. So now that I know what's going on, I go to these meetings, I go to these panel discussions, and I sit down and I talk to these young people and I talk to these parents and tell them this is why how I messed up, and this is where I would like for y'all not to go this path. Please don't make the same mistakes. Plain and simple. You know, if you start a business, you need to start looking at making patents. If you turn around, you're thinking about starting a business, you may want to consider being married, and you may want to have a prenup. You know, things. If you ain't been with your wife for a bunch of years and you're thinking about starting a business, you may want to go ahead and you good. But if you just met this chick and you already got a business, you may definitely want to get a prenup. Nobody never told me that. So that's why I go to these meetings and all these events, because I don't want people to make the same mistakes I made. You know, to be grown in midlife and have to start over. That ain't cool. But for me, I think it's because I got so much experience. And I want to tell y'all this real quick before I get out. If I had not went through my hard times, I would not be here to help y'all with y'all hard times. Y'all hear what I just said? If I still had all that money and was sitting on top of the world financially, I wouldn't be sitting here on the phone on my Facebook and all this stuff trying to tell y'all what's going on around the world. I'd be sitting there chilling, handling my business, saying I got mine. So, hey, that's on them. Just like the rest of a lot of other people. But no, I ain't never been like that. You know what I'm saying? My whole thing is to help people. Kathy, how you doing? Back then, I always wanted to help, but I didn't have the time to help. Now, for some reason, the universe said, you know what? We're going to take that expensive race boat away. We're going to take all them houses away from you, and we're going to take all this stuff and things away from you, and we're going to make sure you got plenty of time so that you can travel the country speaking, telling people where they won't make mistakes like you made. How about that, y'all? So that's why I got out there and wrote this book, so that we won't make the same mistakes that I made, and you won't make the same mistakes that other people are making, because now you got a blueprint of what's working, and you got TJ giving Facebook Lives and YouTube Lives, traveling around the country doing presentations so that y'all will know what's going on with money. Because when I go to these universities, when I go to these meetings, these panel discussions and all this stuff, you got a whole bunch of smart people on the panel discussions and giving presentations. They ain't telling you the truth. You can't have a meeting in 2019 and not talk about gentrification, family. You cannot have a meeting in 2019 about saving these families, saving these black boys, saving these police shootings, and you ain't talking about where you gonna live at, how you gonna keep a roof over your head. That's very important. So anyway, that's what I talk about, family. I'm about to get out of here. I appreciate y'all for sharing this video. If you haven't already shared it, I appreciate it if you can share it again. If you're interested in buying this book, you can go to my website, thomastjlofton.com, or you can even go to the website, WeBuyBlack.com, and pick up a copy. Or you can give me a call, area code 310-619-3954. Again, 310-619-3954, and dial me up if you're interested in me coming out and speak. It's Black History Month, family. I'm speaking. I'm taking bookings to come speak at a lot of Black events. So if you're here locally, please reach out to me. If you're in America, if you're in Spain or Africa or Egypt, reach out to me and let's talk about it and get me out there to your event. You know, I'm sitting here in California now, taking bookings. So if you're interested in me coming out and speaking, and you want me to come talk about my book, or you want me to talk about entrepreneurship or building Black ownership, or if you want me to sit down like I did the other day, I went out to a little nonprofit where they had some gang members at, and I was able to sit down and tell them about where I made mistakes at, or where I fought. So that I fought yesterday, so these young people wouldn't have to fight today. Y'all hear what I just said? So I was able to go in there and talk to them young people and drop some knowledge on them, and they was like, "Wow, you was like us. You from Compton." That's why I tell people I'm from Compton. They say, "We never knew. You don't brag about it. You don't do this." I said, the only reason why I tell y'all about it is because everybody think that, oh, you got to be a gangster rapper if you're from Compton. Compton got all these OG gangbangers. I said, no, I grew up in Compton, but I ain't gangbanging. I am OG, and I'm very well respected. At least I was told that. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of friends from there. Ty the T in the house. What's up, family? So I volunteer my time and go speak to these young people, because a lot of these young people are still experiencing gangbanging. I thought that kind of ended, but then I find out some of that stuff is still going on, this self-hate in our communities. So yes, I'll take my time and I'll go sit in these nonprofits and chop it up. I was supposed to be there for an hour the other day, but shoot, I was there for about 3 hours because the conversation got real good. They was like, this is a brother that can relate, that can relate to us and what we going through. Asia, how you doing, family? So they turned around and they had a million questions, and they could come at me with their gang conversation about their hood and all of that stuff. And I knew where they was from. I knew their leaders. I knew their OGs. I knew the cats that pioneered those neighborhoods. So I could tell them, he got life in prison. He got murdered, right? And then they be like, oh, wow. Be like, yeah, is that what you want? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, family, if you want me to come out and speak, if you got some event coming up and you want me to come out and talk about entrepreneurship, you want to talk about gentrification, you want to talk about pathways to wealth and making money, come on, y'all. This is Black History Month. Really, it's put like this, what we was talking about the other day. But we got more than a year for it. We got more than 28 days for Black History Month, y'all. We got a Black History year, but this is really for white people. They need to know about us. This is the 28 days of the year that Black people get to teach white people about Black history. So if y'all want me to come out and speak to them or your young people about someone more than Martin Luther King, no offense to Martin Luther King, but I think we need to know about C.R. Patterson, the first automaker in America, in the world, in the 1800s. I think we need to learn about Marcus Garvey and people who really affected our community in great ways. Amina, how you doing, Queen? Amina in the house. Shirley, how you doing, Queen? I appreciate y'all for tuning in. If y'all care, please share this video. Other than that, please get this book, ThomasTJLofton.com. Again, if y'all interested in me coming out to speak, if you're interested in doing an online training class with me or a one-on-one training class with me, I don't have no problem with it. Please reach out to me. And it's at 310-619-3954. And I appreciate y'all because I'm here to help out. If y'all want to get me to come out to a school, you can go on my Facebook page. It says book me, or you go to my my website, ThomasTJLofton.com, and it says book me or book TJ or something like that. And send me an email or give me a call, 310-619, and let's talk about it. Let's figure out what it's going to take to get me over there so I can come drop some knowledge on these young people or yourselves. So y'all see I jumped ahead of the game, and I'm talking about this truck driver stuff because it's bigger than just the 90,000, family. This is a major game changer. So a lot of y'all about to be facing the idea of, am I going to put my baby in a 4-year university so he can have a master's degree? Or am I going to put him or her into this $4,000 3-week trucking school so that they can pull down this $87,500 a year? You're going to have to ask yourself that. And it ain't embarrassing. If your child is not in debt, that ain't nothing to be embarrassed about that. I always ask people, when you come bragging to me, oh, you went to this great school, you got this great whatever it is. All I want to know is, are you a homeowner? And do you got any student loans left? How much do you owe? That's all I want to know, because there's other options now, family. There's other options. We need to turn around and start business and put money back into the community. And I see more money leaving out of the community every day by people who don't know what to do. So right now, I'm throwing it out there. The trades is where all the money is at, because you can start a business in it, and you can become a manufacturer by coming up with an idea and selling it or starting a business in that idea. You know what I'm saying? You turn around and be a celebrity gate maker. You be a celebrity door maker. You be a celebrity car builder. You can be a rapper, as long as you own some stuff. Start your own record label. Start your own recording studio, family. If you go to college and you get your degree, come home and start your law firm. You ain't got to have no big fancy building on Hollywood Boulevard that's glass, made of glass. You can come right back down here